Hey there! Great to see you here at another episode of Where Does My English Come From? And today we are talking to Gustavo, a young game designer who has also learned the language pretty much by himself. Just check this interview to see how much the internet and mixing learning a language with something you enjoy can take you far in your independence. Let's go! Gustavo, can you introduce yourself a little bit? So, what are you currently doing? Yeah, so which field are you working with?
So I'm Gustavo. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a student, basically on I think a variety of topics. I've course a little bit of engineering, like 3 semesters, like something. I've Now I'm studying game design, which I've made 3 little games, and a little bit more, but
That's pretty much
uh,
it.
yeah. And I specialize like in 3D modeling, like creating models for games, animation, stuff like that,
Yeah, and
portraits,
honestly,
and
oh, sorry, I interrupted you. You just go
no,
ahead.
uh, mainly on character design and a little bit of texturing and stuff.
Mhm. I got really surprised at how much you can do, yes, by modeling online and etc. I could never imagine, yes, how much that englobes, yes, so not only games but in other areas as well. I don't know if you resemble, yeah, this guy over here. I'm going to show, yes, somewhere, right? See any resemblance, right? So we have talked to Vinicius, yeah, back then. I think it was our last interview. And then here we are with Mr. Gustavo as well, which has quite a similar background, yeah, in terms of English and etc. Do you remember what is your first memory, yeah, of your contact with English?
I think the very first time was at school, like a regular school. Was 9 or 10 years old, back in 2009. Um, and I remember it was very basic stuff, like the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I actually felt like I was not really prepared, or it was something quite unexpected, I think.
Okay.
And then, because I really didn't have much contact with anything really
That was the
related to
first time,
English,
yeah. All
and
right.
then it was like that till like 2012, I think, when you started teaching me like a little bit. It didn't last very long, like it was a couple months, I think, of, uh, of little classes and stuff, some activities. We did also, I think, one test, which I got
Yeah,
8.
sure. Yeah, you still remember that.
Of course.
I can do this. I can do this.
Let's go.
It was about like some nouns, specific nouns, like kitchen gadgets and stuff.
True, true.
It
Right.
was There had been something about puzzles, I think, and like uh, maybe some like irregular verbs or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, don't look at me,
But
man. I have no, I have
it was a
terrible
little,
memory.
it was a little bit, it was a little more in depth
Uh-huh.
than what I was seeing at school. I remember that,
I see.
but um,
Like, when did you feel that you were really learning, like really using or, you know, internalizing a lot of stuff, right? So how did it happen to you? Because we had, as you said, yeah, so we had a very short period, yes, of classes. I mean, you, your brother, and I, yeah. But
uh, uh, uh,
where does your
mm,
source come from?
uh, uh, I think it was like we had at most like 10 classes, I think, no, not more than that.
Yeah.
But after like it was maybe around 2014, I think, that I really started like melding into this like internet culture of English, basically. Like, and I say like that because it was really that like English is a very powerful language. I started basically because I was playing games, mainly World of Warcraft.
There you go.
So a really big nerd here. And so hence it's an online game, a massive role-playing game. I had to communicate with other people and stuff, and since they weren't Brazilians mostly, I had to speak in English. And I think the main thing that helped me was that I was not afraid. Like I was just talking, and even if I didn't even have a clue what I was talking about, I would just start typing and fuck it, you know.
I
And
see. I see.
I, I still cringe once in a while when I remember the things I was typing, but I had to work around it, and eventually things started getting into my head. I remember as I was searching for tutorials and stuff, it was mostly in English, right?
Okay.
Uh, I started to, and then it was when I found some tutorials on YouTube. Then it was much easier to look for tutorials in English. So then I had to really focus to understand, and it actually helped me in both ways. Like I was having to focus to understand what was being said, and then I got the English knowledge, let's
Nice.
say. So,
Yeah.
but this focus actually helped me to actually understand further the content that was being transmitted through the video. So as I said, like a really powerful tool for like researching things and learning a variety of stuff. Like once you get that YouTube algorithm running, it keeps popping up videos and videos after videos. So
Uh-huh.
uh, it wasn't long until I was like following a lot of YouTubers that streamed or released videos, and they were all in English.
That's
And then
nice.
one thing led to another. I was basically learning everything, like
Have you ever
from
had to go through structure? I mean, try to learn structure in a formal way, because this is something that there's a big discussion about, right? So some people talk about, oh no, you have to learn grammar in order for you to speak English. Schools work with grammar, yeah, so as part of it. So have you ever had to go through or try to look up for some grammatic structures?
I think in a way the Portuguese side of grammar was like uh, I knew the Portuguese grammar, like
Hmm.
verbs, nouns,
Right.
adverbs, all those things. Then I kind of like compared them. Like
Nice.
if there's something like that in Portuguese, then it has to be something like that in English, right? Or
Cool.
some equivalent or something. And then I kind of made this bridge, like
Mhm.
to connect the things that I learned. Uh, but it really didn't take like a lot of knowledge about this. Like and I know there's names for everything. Like there's really in-depth things that
Mhm.
we can learn.
Right.
Grammar is really hard. Like there's the archaic stuff or side of stuff
Mhm.
also, and
Indeed.
it really
Yeah,
you
and
can
though you're using,
research a lot.
we don't know the name of all the things, yes, and we don't need to know maybe the names of everything that you're actually using, right? So you're using many structures here that, yeah, we even I don't know how to say without, having a look at a grammar in use, right, and etc. So it's really nice to see.
Encyclopedia. We
Mhm.
can't like fathom to memorize everything, like every word.
Yeah,
Not
true.
even in Portuguese. Like
Yeah, for
yeah,
heaven's sake.
a lot of things we just fill in the gaps by context. Like
Yeah, sure, sure. And then, as you said, yes, I think you have already mentioned, but the most important factors, yes, that helped you learn, yes, what is your belief?
mm. uh,
So that you were not
so
afraid, yes, of speaking to the guys, right? I think this
mhm,
is paramount. And then,
yes.
what else?
Uh, um, so I remember like everything. So like I was saying, like the game led me to YouTube. YouTube led me to various videos about like various subjects, and I quickly realized that I could use English as a way of searching stuff, basically everything. So I could learn things, and I like to learn things. Like it's my thing.
That's my
So
thing.
so I would use that to my advantage. I would like search up things and stuff. And as we were saying, like we don't memorize everything. We don't have anything memorized really. Just keeps popping up. But once in a while you can find a word or something you really don't understand. Um, you can actually like most of the time just understand it by context. Once those things happen, and they will happen. I like to use actually Google Translator.
Yeah, boy. That's it.
uh,
Yeah,
it
it's a
is
good
it
tool
is
nowadays.
yes, especially for like single words. You just type like single word you didn't understand, or you just got it by context, and then you know like uh, what it means in Portuguese. Which is really powerful, like synonyms, antonyms, you can have the text to speech too, which you can like hear. And
That is brilliant,
there,
right? Hmm.
the famous listen and repeat. It is actually powerful. One thing that helped me a lot in um, uh, my pronunciation, I think, was that listening and repeating and reading and talking out loud, maybe like even listening to a song and singing. It, it really helps. Remember when I was in World of Warcraft, I would like hear a boss fight with an epic dialogue. And they would scream something, and I would scream together.
Few have experienced the pain I will now inflict upon you. I am the Spellweaver!
That is
It
wonderful. Yeah, so play out. Yeah, so right, role
yeah,
playing. Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah.
it.
You talk with emphasis, and you like kind of understand the pronunciation. Like it is really cool.
Yes,
And there were a lot of things then that I think refined over time my knowledge, I would say. Like uh, through YouTube, I found like a series of videos that I would like to watch, like Critical Role,
oh
which is
yeah, that's wonderful.
which is a live action role playing they do. Uh, Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. Let's
I
put the
would.
let's put the card around here. Yeah, let's put the card around here.
Yep,
You guys can get excited with that too.
it is
I
really cool.
myself, yes, I really love playing. Yes, I don't have the time though, but then yes, I can imagine myself inside situations. They are comical as well, right? So they are
Yeah,
hilarious. Yeah.
it is really fun.
What is the name of the character the guy plays a warrior, I guess? Yes, it's not that clever.
Grog,
Yeah, that is my favorite
Grog
one.
Strong Jaw.
They mentioned a Goliath cave, so I kind of need to go boom boom.
Nothing to see here. Strong Jaya, that was really fun. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Him and Scanlan are the bard.
That's
They
really
released
fun.
they released an animation series on Amazon. You can watch it. It's called The Legend of Vox Machina.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. I want it so bad. I want to watch it so bad, but still haven't got there.
One thing also, in Dungeons and Dragons, I would read the book, right? Which is kind of an encyclopedia of sorts. So it's not like you can read it all the way through. You just like keep consulting the rules and stuff. That really helped also, like reading stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Was it the Dungeon Master book that you used to have,
All
or
of
is it
them.
like a guide? Yeah. All of them, yeah.
All of them.
All right. I see. I see.
That I have kind of memorized everything,
Cool, man. Well,
but that's
cool.
just because I'm crazy.
Just because I'm crazy. We always play, yes, and a lot of people, students, teachers, yes, normally comment about this switch, right? So there was a moment I was insecure, I didn't know English, and then, yes, switch. I speak English, I understand, etc. Did you ever feel that switch being turned on?
I don't think it was like a switch. I think it was much more like a gradual process. It happened like almost naturally, I think.
All right.
I was just like I had this like this base that was really rough, I think, from the few classes we had and my previous experience, which was not very it didn't amount to anything really great. But then when I started to go on my own, I think in a way, I just it was just keep piling on the things that I already had, and then it was just a matter of refining everything, and one experience led to another, and just
Here you
try to
are.
do your best. Yes.
Have you already used your English? I mean, out of the game scenario, right? Have you already, I don't know, been in a job interview or had to talk to people in order to obtain something?
Professionally, I think not yet. Hopefully someday in the future, not
Yeah, too
so far
young, too
away.
young. I see, I see. All
I
right.
think I'll be well prepared though.
Oh yeah, I think you are. I think you are.
Professionally, I haven't come across anything right
Okay.
now.
And right now,
But
yeah, are you using, yes, are you using the language? Are you still, I mean, are you still playing games in which you need to talk to people in English?
uh, playing games, I haven't played anything really, not as not as close as much as I used to.
Uh-huh.
But I've been researching a lot, especially on 3D. Heck, 3D English was paramount, I think, on my English on my 3D journey on modeling and stuff. I couldn't have done it without it, I think.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Game dev stuff, also things to complement on my like the university stuff, like things I research about it really helps a lot. Um, and I think like I also read books, watch series. Everything I watch basically is just English.
Nice.
Because I think it like not like I don't in a way it is a shame because I don't like pay respect I think to the Brazilian voice actors but or the translators and stuff but I don't know like everything I do is in Portuguese. Like I talk to my parents, to like everyone in Portuguese.
Mhm.
When I consume a media that is like for my enjoyment, I think in a way
Mhm.
it provides kind of a new perspective. I think it became more of like for pleasure in a way.
Mhm. That's
It's
cool.
not a duty anymore. Like
Mhm.
because it there's words in Portuguese that there aren't in English, and terms
Yeah.
and everything.
Mhm.
It really it is really refreshing in a way. I think like
Yeah, and I always tell my wife here, yeah, about how many jokes we lose when we watch it in Portuguese because
yeah
they can translate, yeah, a couple of things, right?
yeah
So that's the moment, yeah, where you see the audience, yes, that laughter from the audience, right, in from the recording from the sitcom, and then yeah, people say, okay, so what's with it, right? Because you lost it,
yeah.
yes, in the translation. So yeah,
Or,
that's why.
or when you're next to someone who didn't understand, like maybe they read the subtitles or something, and they kind of like laugh like a little bit, but then you're like they don't understand.
Exactly. They're laughing maybe because they're nervous or maybe just to be, it's a
Yeah.
social laughter, right?
Was I supposed to laugh?
You didn't get it? Yes!
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and then just to finish up, yeah, we always ask for a tip. Yeah. So what tip would you give for someone who is starting its journey, yes, through this learning process of English, someone who wants to get into English or who needs eventually? What would you say?
Mm, I'd say to not be afraid. Uh, Try it. Like start maybe small. Like try to read something first. Get things by context. Maybe watch a series with subtitles. Change to English subtitles. Then without subtitles. Maybe like if that's
Yeah,
your
this
thing. Like
gradual process, right?
yeah. Uh, it is really cool. Like maybe watch some YouTube videos as well. And one thing that really helped me, I think, was to engage with the community, like try to talk to someone in English. Like it is really really important, I think, because it's totally different. You don't have to just understand something and just read and semantically understand. Just you have to like think for yourself, put the words together and say it or type it. Uh, I actually haven't had the opportunity to do as long as a conversation as I'm doing right now, I think.
Yeah.
Ever, like ever.
Well,
But
that's cool, man. Yes, it's really
and
nice. And I get really proud, yes, as being part of the family, you know. I get really, really proud, yes, to hear you guys, you know, speaking the way you're doing, evolving, yes, and uh, presenting your own ideas as you guys do.
yep, it is really good, like to practice, I think. Like, it is
Indeed,
really nice.
indeed. Sam, it was a pleasure, man. I'll see you around.
Pleasure's
Hopefully
mine.
soon enough for a Dungeons and Dragons session.
Yep. Kalimayo is waiting
Yeah,
for his
yes,
revenge,
for his
his
revenge.
long-awaited revenge.
I'll see you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you, folks. Gustavo Paio. No, Gustavo Maróstica Paio. That's right, right?
Gustavo José Maróstica Paio.
Gustavo José. Sorry there. Sorry there. By the way, Vinicius is Vinicius also Vinicius José?
Yep.
Nice. What is the
We're all-
story behind it? I think your mom told me something about it, yeah, but I can't remember.
I'm not quite sure. Like my dad is José. My mother wasn't, like, she got it from him. She was just like well, actually she was José. And my dad also, so my dad is Celso José Paio, and my mom is Maria José Maróstica.
Right.
Then when they married, she got Paio, so she's Maria José Maróstica Paio. And me and my brother, we got José Paio from my dad. But I think my uncle wanted to pass on Maróstica as well, but he didn't have any male children. So he asked my mom if he could inherit Maróstica as well. So that's why I have all the three names, me and my brother. But
Okay.
José is just something that both my mom and my dad have.
It's a family thing.
Yes.
Cool. That's nice.